Hi guys, I am Usman Nuruddin, a PrepClass tutor. You're welcome to today's section of Learning Mathematics with PrepClass. Today we are going to solving questions from AKWA JSCE Mathematics Past Question for the year 2020. In this video we are going to be solving questions number 6 to 10. In our previous video, we solved question number 1 to 5. So if you've not seen the video, kindly check for the video and watch how we solved the questions. Kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel to get access to all our videos. Also, click the notification bell so that you can get notified when there is a new video for you. So let's solve the questions for today. Questions 6 to 10. Question number 6. Simplify 6 into bracket x minus 2y minus 3 into bracket 2x plus y. We have the options. A. Minus 20y. B. Minus 15y, C, minus 11y, and D, minus 10y. This question is under algebra. So it means to solve this question, we have to expand the bracket. So you expand the bracket first, then you simplify further. Because when solving questions that involve more than one arithmetic operation, we perform the rule of BODMAS. So BODMAS, we take the bracket first before attempting every other aspect of the question. So let's start by expanding the brackets. So to expand the bracket means we are going to use 6 outside this bracket to multiply x and 2y that are inside this bracket. Also, we are going to use minus 3 outside this bracket to multiply 2x and y that are inside this bracket. So let's do this. Expanding the bracket. 6 into bracket x minus 2y close bracket minus 3 into bracket 2x plus y close bracket. Then we have 6 will multiply x. So 6 times x, that is giving us 6x. Also 6 will multiply minus 2y. The 2y here is negative because of this minus. Since our 6 is positive, so positive times negative will give us negative. That is plus times minus will give us minus. So we are done with the first bracket. So we move to the second bracket. Minus 3 into bracket 2x plus y. So we use minus 3 to multiply 2x. Minus is here. Then this 2x is positive. So minus times plus will give us minus. 3 times 2x, that will give us 6x. Again, minus 3 will also multiply y. So we have minus 3 multiplied by y. Minus times plus, that is minus. 3 times y, that is 3y. So we've expanded the bracket. Now the next thing to do is to collect like terms. So we collect like terms by bringing the same alphabet together. So we have 6x and 6x. They come together to give us 6x minus 6x because there is a minus before this 6x. That's why we have minus 6x. Now we have minus 12y. We bring it down here, minus 12y. Then minus 3y will also come here to give us minus 3y. Now we simplify further. 6x minus 6x, that will give us 0. That is, if you look at the number 6 minus 6, that is 0. So 0x will still give us 0. So we have 0. Minus 12y minus 3y. So it means minus 12 will be added to minus 3. So minus 12 minus 3 will give us minus 15. So because of the y, it will give us minus 15y. So at this point, we've been able to simplify 6 into bracket x minus 2y close bracket minus 3 into bracket 2x plus y close bracket, and the result is minus 15y. And the correct option is option B. So to solve this, remember, first of all is to expand the bracket. After expanding the bracket, you simplify further to get the simplest answer. And the answer here is minus 15y. So we'll move to the next question. Question number 7. Which of the statements is true? A. All parallelograms are rhombuses. B. All kites are parallelogram. C. All rhombuses are parallelogram. D. Kites are rhombuses. To be able to answer this question, all we need to do is to analyze each of the options to see the one that is true. So analyzing the first option, option A, all parallelograms are rhombuses. So to analyze this, we talk about parallelogram, then we talk about rhombuses. Are they having anything in common? Can we say parallelograms are rhombuses or not? We have to answer that if we know the properties of both parallelograms and rhombuses. Now, what is a parallelogram? Parallelograms are four-sided flat-shaped figure whose opposite sides are parallel and equal, while rhombuses refers to a flat-shaped four-sided figure with all sides congruent. So for parallelogram, opposite sides are equal and parallel. For rhombuses, all sides are equal and congruent. So this means that parallelograms are not rhombus because parallelogram is not having all its sides to be equal. Hence, the statement all parallelograms are rhombus is false. So it means option A is not true. So that is not the correct option. We move to option B. All kites are parallelogram. Is this true or false? What is a kite? Kite is a quadrilateral whose four sides can be grouped into two pairs of equal length sides that are adjacent to each other. A parallelogram also has two pairs of equal length sides, but they are opposite to each other instead of being adjacent. So this means that the statement all kites are parallelogram is false because for kites, the pairs of sides are adjacent, while for parallelogram, the pairs of sides are opposite. So this means that kites are not parallelogram. So move to the next option. Option C. All rhombus are parallelogram. Rhombus refers to a flat-shaped four-sided figure with all sides congruent and equal, while parallelograms are four-sided flat-shaped figure whose opposite sides are parallel and equal. So with this, since a rhombus is having all its sides to be equal and a parallelogram has opposite sides equal, hence the statement all rhombus are parallelogram is true because for parallelogram, opposite sides are equal and for rhombus, all sides are equal. It means from a rhombus, we can say opposite sides are equal, and this is satisfying a condition of parallelogram to be having opposite sides to be equal. Now let's look at option D. Kites are rhombuses. Kites is a quadrilateral whose four sides can be grouped into two pairs of equal length sides that are adjacent to each other. In contrast, rhombus refers to a flat-shaped four-sided figure with all sides congruent and equal. So this means that the statement kites are rhombuses is false. So the only statement that is true is option C. All rhombuses are parallelogram. And that is how you answer this kind of question. It can never be a guesswork. You must know the properties of the shapes. Using the properties of the shapes, we are able to answer the question. Now let's move to the next question. I hope you're following and you're enjoying this video. If you have any question that you would like to ask, please put it down in the comment section and we are going to definitely get back to you. Okay, so we move to the next question. Question number 8. Find the amount of 800 naira for 1 year at 10%. We have the options. Option A, 720 naira. Option B, 800 naira. Option C, 875 naira. Option D, 880 naira. To solve this question, we must identify the key point, which is amount. We have to find the amount. What is amount? Amount equals principal plus interest. That is, principal is the money you have to save. Interest is the money you earned after saving. So therefore, amount equals principal plus interest. Now from the question, principal is 800 naira. So that's why we have 800 naira here. Interest is unknown. We don't know the interest from the question. So what do? We need to find the interest so that we can get the amount. We already know principal, so we need to find the interest. Now, interest is equals to principal times time times rate divided by 100. What is the principal from the question? 800. What is the time from the question? Time is always given in years, so we have time to be 1 year. And what is the rate? Rate is always in percentage, so rate is 10. Now let's solve for interest. Interest is equals to 800 times 1 times 10 divided by 100. That is, 800 is for principal, 1 is for time, 10 is for rate, then divided by 100. So we have to divide here. 800 divided by 100, we have our result to be 8. That is, 0 cancel 0, 0 cancel 0. So we have 8. So we have 8 multiplied by 1 times 10. So we have times 1 times 10. and when we multiply, we have our interest to be 80 naira. So after getting the interest, we can now get the amount, because we know the principal and now we know the interest, so we can get the amount. And amount is equals to 800 naira, which is the principal, plus 80 naira, which is the interest. Now adding them together, 800 plus 80 is giving us 880 naira, and that is the amount of 800 naira for 1 year at 10% interest rate. So that is how we solve a question like that. So the correct option is option D, 880 naira. Now let's move to the next question. Question number 9. A sales boy earns 3,000 naira per week. Each week he spends 3x naira on food, 2x naira on rent, and saves the rest. How much does he save in a week? We have the options. A, 3,000 minus 6x naira. B, 3,000 minus 5x naira. C, 3,000 minus 3x naira. D, 3,000 minus 2x naira. This question is a word problem question. That is, you need to think and identify what is what in the question. Now, the boy is earning 3,000 naira per week. So in a week, he's going to earn 3,000 naira. In that same week, he's going to spend 3x naira to buy food. Also, he's going to spend 2x naira on rent, and he's going to save the remaining. So this means that from the money he's earning, he's spending some and he's saving some. So that brings us to amount earned per week is 3,000 naira. Amount spent on food is 3x naira, and amount spent on rent is 2x naira. Now the total amount is spent in a week is going to be the 3x naira here plus 2x naira, and that is giving us 5x naira. So the total amount spent is 5x naira. But the question is, how much does he save in a week? So we need to find the amount saved. Now, amount earned, which is the money he's earning per week, is equals to the total amount that is spent, that is total amount spent, plus the total amount saved. Since we are looking for the amount saved, so therefore, total amount saved is equals to amount earned minus total amount spent. So we already know the amount earned and we know the amount spent. So we can calculate the total amount saved. Now the total amount saved is 3,000 naira, which is the amount earned, minus 5x naira, which is the amount spent. Now if we do our calculation, we cannot subtract direct. So what do? We simplify by leaving our answer as 3,000 minus 5x naira, which is the amount saved by the sales boy. So that is how you solve a kind of question like this. You bring out every given information from the question. With that, it will be easy for you to simplify this into algebra form. So you convert your word problem to simple algebra, and you'll be able to simplify and get the right answer. I hope that was easy. You can practice more questions to build more understanding. So the correct option is option C. So now we have to solve the next question, question number 10. Question number 10. A student is picked at random from a class containing 17 boys and 13 girls. What is the probability that the student is a girl? We have the options. A, 1 over 20. B, 1 over 13. C, 12 over 30. D, 13 over 30. So we need to find the probability of picking a girl in a class containing 17 boys and 13 girls. So let's solve this question. In the class, there are 17 boys. According to the question, we have 17 boys in the class. That is, number of boys is 17 and number of girls is 13. So that means the total number of students in this class is 30. So now what is going to be the probability of picking a girl? Now, probability is given as number of possible outcome over total number of possible outcome. Now, because you are picking a girl, the number of possible outcome for picking a girl is 13 because there are 13 girls in a class. So it means we can pick any of the 13 girls. So we have number of possible outcome to be 13. So we have 13. Total number of possible outcome is 30. That is the total number of students. How many students are in this class? Oh, the students are 17 boys and 13 girls, making 30 in total. So that's why we have divided by 30, and that is the probability of picking a girl in a class containing 17 boys and 13 girls. So the correct option is option D, 13 over 30, which is the probability of picking a girl from a class containing 13 girls and 17 boys. So this brings us to the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed and you understood all what we've learned in the video. So kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel to get access to all our videos in a very orderly fashion. This will also make learning with PrepClass very easy for you. If you have a question you would like to ask, maybe we solve the question and you find it difficult to understand, please put down your question in the comment section and we'll definitely get back to you with due time. Remember, subscribe before you leave the video. Thank you very much. We'll see you in the next video. And in the next video, we are going to be solving questions 11 to 15. So stay tuned and get ready for us. Bye.